I appreciate you having me on this Balls 5 podcast.
What's your take on launch angle?
Kind of expressing that you're a ball player.
Focused only on the velocity.
Oh, yeah.
Should they worry about pitching more hidden spots?
Yeah. I don't curse, but they play.
You need me to clap? Okay.
In the 3-hole.
All right, Coach Al, can you clap?
Coach.
Coach Al, we need you to clap.
What?
We need you to clap for the mic. Thank you.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Would have thought, working for the Yankees all this time, and now I'm sitting in this chair clapping for some. How old are you, kid? 14?
19, let's roll. We're rolling.
You got water, kid?
You need water?
Yeah. You got me some water? Because my throat's bothering me.
It's too much of the cigars.
Can you grab? Yeah. Can we get some water? Something over here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Go ahead. Do the interview. Go ahead. I'm here. I'm here giving you my time. Let's do the interview.
All right, we got a very special guest. Episode 7. Are you serious right now? I'm literally doing an intro. I asked you to be on the podcast, and you're gonna.
You see that?
Episode 7.
That jersey right
Ball
there?
5. Not a baseball podcast, but actually low key it is. I got a very special guest.
What do you mean by that? What does that mean, low key?
Hold on. I'm a little nervous, Coach. It's an honor. I coach baseball myself. I'm nervous. It's
You know what happens?
Yankee special advisor. You work with Derek Jeter.
I understand.
All the greats, and I'm just in awe of your presence right now.
I understand, and
I know we met at the All-Star game last year,
let me
but
talk, or you gonna let me conduct?
sorry, I'm trying to.
It's all right. He's nervous. Listen, I can't say that this hasn't happened before. You know what I mean? Because I understand the amount of work that I've done in the game. You're sitting across.
Yeah, right, Coach.
You're sitting across from greatness right now, and I can understand how that could be a little intimidating. But yeah, I appreciate you having me on this Balls 5 podcast, and a lot of the guys that you've had on, Toddy.
Yep.
You had Petey Boy, Rushman. I did a little bit of work with in Oregon, but those are all good friends of mine. And when Toddy gave me the call saying you should go on this, because me, I'm not really a podcast guy. You know what I'm saying?
It seems like it. You're very comfortable on the microphone.
No, I'm always comfortable. What's your name again?
Coach
kid?
Perry.
Coach Perry?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Pleasure.
Coach Al. Yeah. I remember
At the All-Star
we
game.
got to work on a handshake, but I remember you from so I've been in the game. I've been in the game. Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, because again, I could argue, we could all argue that this is probably the biggest show we've done to date. I got notes. Nick's not here. Actually, funny enough, Nick shot me a text earlier today. He was like, hey.
Who's Nick?
Nick is the other co-host of this podcast. Nicky.cass, you probably seen him on the internet.
Nah, I don't do the phone.
You don't do the phone?
I got a flip phone.
He's got like 2 million followers plus on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, a whole 9. Don't make fun of him. He's a great kid. He's my best friend.
He's a good guy?
Yeah, he's a great guy. He's a ball player, and we'll get into that. But Nick actually shot me a text today.
I like this guy.
Lucas. We call him Lucas Berg for 3.
Lucas Berg for 3.
Yeah, he shoots threes, drains them, wet.
Why do they call you Lucas Berg for 3?
Can you hear me on the mic? Probably. When we were in Florida, on a Florida trip with Perry.
Go ahead. So tell me again. I don't know if I like you anymore, Lucas. Go ahead.
Yeah, he just talks.
But I like this. I like this.
Yeah, we do this. Lucas Berg for 3.
And he's wearing baseball lifestyle too. I'm wearing baseball lifestyle.
BL 101. Yeah.
BL 101. I love this stuff.
Yeah.
And me, I'm not.
You coach in the baseball lifestyle?
Yeah, all the time. I coach it, and I really do love this stuff. I go to bl101.com all the time, and where you got it on too.
What's your take on would you ever wear the ice cream shorts? Like, I know it's kind of
aimed
toward the demographic of the kids, but would you wear it?
Back in the day, if Coach Al was to come out in front of Jeets wearing the ice cream shorts, who knows what would have happened? But today's day and age, I think it's the best.
Yeah.
I wear the ice cream shorts. I actually got the ice cream shorts from my nephew. I got them for my godson as well.
Yeah.
And it's just the best kind of stuff to wear if you love baseball and you love kind of expressing that you're a ball player.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see you got it on.
I always got it on.
Head to toe, this guy.
Head to toe. Yes.
Perry, you said, right?
Perry, yeah. Again, I'm like shaking. I'm so
go
nervous
ahead.
with you here. So Nick texted me before and was like, "Hey, I'm in the lab," and he goes ... I don't know what that means. So I said, what do you mean you're in the
He's
lab?
in the lab.
He's in the lab.
Okay.
So I go, what do you mean you're in the lab? Honestly, I think he's in the cages right now because I always beat him in situational hitting. And I want to get your take. I want to get your take on situational hitting.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know you don't know me.
I love hitting. I love it.
Okay. Can you talk about situational hitting and BP, why it's important and why it's kind of lost in today's day and age?
Listen, I think no matter if you're Judgy, no matter if you're Derek Jeter, no matter if you're David Ortiz, Big Papi, they used to call him.
Yeah. You know Poppy?
You gotta
You got a story.
you gotta save him. You gotta be able to. You see this right here,
Yeah.
Perry, Lucas.
Berg
You see this
for 3.
right here. You
Right.
gotta be able to control that. If you can't control that on the baseball diamond, you're not getting paid.
Right.
So no matter if you got it, when you go out, I always told the guys, I said, let's float a couple before we start hitting the home runs,
Sure.
bombs away.
Sure.
Let's float a couple over the second baseman's head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because in my mind, that's what makes a good hitter.
The microphone, you don't have to scream into it. It's going to pick up the audio. I'm just letting you know. I know it's your second podcast.
Yeah, sorry. I just get excited. But in my mind, a good hitter is able to spray the field.
Right.
I could tell Judgy, put it over the second baseman, say,
Does it. Right.
rocket, missile. I could tell Judgy, do me a favor, put one over the left field wall, does it.
Yeah.
And that's what makes a special hitter. So for me, situational hitting as a drill is very important because baseball, I don't know if you know this, baseball is not just about the physical part of the game.
It's about the mental part.
You got to be able, let me finish it. You got to be able to have the mental part of the game
Right.
more than the physical because we're playing 162 games, right, Berg for 3?
Right.
We're playing 162 games, fellas, and we could have 16 good games, but how about the other 154 of them?
I don't know if that math adds up there, but
Well,
obviously coaching's your best suit.
So, yeah, that's
Situational hitting.
I'm
you're
big on situational. Where's that water? I'm big on situational hitting.
You want black rifle? You want a little energy?
You know,
You don't
I love
you
Black
don't do
Rifle.
you don't do the caffeine?
Nah, I love it. I love it for because a couple of my buddies drink it, but me, Coach Al doesn't do the caffeine.
Yeah, you don't need it.
But it's good stuff.
Yeah. So, just kind of
I just do water.
okay. So you're kind of giving me like everything you've done.
Thanks, Berg.
Berg for 3. Everything you've done, and again, I'm kind of like you could title. Excuse you. You can kind of title me as like a new school coach. I'm a younger coach.
Yeah.
You're an old school coach.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of different ways you say messages, how I say messages, how you teach things.
You gotta address the kids different nowadays.
Right. What going back to the hitting, because I know you're the hitting guy.
Yeah.
The hitting guru.
I know.
Man, you're humble. What's your take on launch angle? I need to know about launch angle. But listen, it is you can't argue. It is an important stat in today's day and age, or maybe it's not for you. But I want to hear your take.
You know, this takes me back to a conversation I had back in 2002, and I'm not gonna say his name, but it was with a guy and names rhymes with Lal Lipkin Jr.
Mm-hmm.
And me and this guy were at breakfast, and he starts talking to me about this new science that they were developing, launch angle, this and that.
Sure.
Side of water. My bad. The launch angle, he starts talking about the science behind this one. They did more home runs. It's coming. This new science is coming.
Sure.
It's coming.
Sure.
I leaned over. I said, it's just another way, fancy way of marketing, in my opinion, to just be able to. Because at the end of the day, Perry, Lucas,
Berg for 3.
Berg
Can you
for
give
3.
me one of these real quick?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's all right.
At the end of the day, if your hips go and you get in playing with the ball, the launch angle is already going to happen.
Right.
And now all of a sudden, everybody's focusing on the launch angle as the only stat. But my thing,
Yeah.
and this is how my brain works because I'm a genius. My thing is, what's the steps before that
Okay.
to get to the launch
Walk me
angle?
through that. Yeah, walk me through that.
Hips, boom.
Right.
Separation, right here, boom. If you separate the hips like this, boom, and then you come, the first move is to move the hips in there, there's no way that the barrel of the ball is not going to be, the barrel of the bat
Yeah.
is not going to be at a good launch angle. I'm not worried about degrees. You think Aaron Judge is worried about degrees or launch angle? Aaron Judge just trying to get his barrel and playing with the ball with the pitches, and that's the other thing. The pitches are throwing harder than they've ever been throwing before.
Let's talk about the pitching.
Okay.
Right, a lot of guys are
Okay.
throwing harder. Stuff is moving, spinning faster and harder. A lot. Are you falling asleep, Coach?
No, that's not on you. That's on you. I got some things I'm working on.
Are you getting sleep?
No, I'm sleeping good. That's the part I got to work out. I sleep 8 hours, and then and something like that, I just fall asleep. It has nothing to do with what were you talking about?
We were talking about pitching.
Yeah, go ahead.
Guys spinning it harder. What's your take? Because this is a big take in the pitching world. I'm a
Yeah.
pitching coach too. Don't break
I'm
it.
excited.
We got stuff in the, important stuff. We got
I'm
your jersey
excited.
up there. Thank you for
It is a
giving
nice
that over
jersey.
here
Yeah,
too.
No problem. Yeah, no problem. Absolutely. I'll sign autographs for you
What-
kids after. Too.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Lucas Berg he's literally shaking behind the camera. He's like, he wants to talk to you.
Yeah.
We'll talk after behind
after.
cameras.
Lucas Berg, foot 3.
For pitching, okay, guys are throwing harder, and it's been a main emphasis, especially with the high school guys trying to get into college. It's important. It's a step into the door.
Yeah.
But do you think people or kids are overtraining, focused only on the velocity?
Oh yeah.
Should they worry about
Oh,
pitching
yeah.
more hidden
Oh,
spots?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
What's the take? Because there's a lot of injuries going on too.
Back in the day, okay, when I was getting on with
Did you work with
Yanks.
Maddox? You worked with Maddox at all?
I work with Maddox a little bit. He don't like to talk about that.
Yeah.
Because we developed a lot of crazy stuff.
Mm.
I don't curse. Him and I, we developed a lot of crazy stuff, but the overall grand consensus, I bet you didn't think I had that word.
Nah, big
the
word.
grand consensus
Yeah.
that I've noticed, Perry
Perry. Yeah.
Perry.
Perry.
is
You go by Albert at all?
only two people call me Albert. I prefer if you don't call me that, if that's all right.
Yeah. No, I just want to know.
Yeah, just out of
Full
respect.
full name is Albert though.
Albert.
Okay. It's good to know. I just need to good to know.
Yeah.
I ask stupid questions sometimes.
No,
Like,
that's
get
good.
Get used to
No,
it.
it's not. And listen, nothing is a stupid question.
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
All right. Don't always ask questions. That's what I loved about. That's what I loved about Bernie. Bernie always asks questions. Bernie Williams.
Hall of Famer.
Hall
yeah.
of Famer.
Great
One
guy.
of the most underrated Hall of Famers of all time. But the consensus,
Pitching. Yeah. Go back to pitching.
Bernie not in the Hall of Fame. He should be.
You should. Yeah. Call up somebody from the league.
I'll call. You know what? We got to work on
Call
that.
Cooperstown.
I'll call Cooperstown
Yeah.
after I get off of this. After I get off.
Bernie's
of this
not
pod.
really.
Who calls you Albert?
Who calls you Albert? Yeah. Do you mind us asking?
Yeah. No. Sure. My mother, and my wife. My ex-wife.
I didn't know you were married. You're not wearing a ring, Coach. That's why I don't judge. I just.
My ex-wife.
I'm sorry. Tough subject there.
You ever hear the song? It's a guy by the name of Drake. Marvin's Room.
You listen to that every night. Cups of the rose.
Every night. Not right now. But back to what I was
Girls in
saying.
my old
But back
phone.
to what I was saying about. I think back then the guys they would play 162 games and they would work out a little bit.
Yeah.
But on the plane they were enjoying themselves, and they were eating whatever, and they were sleeping.
Gambling.
And we don't talk about any of that. What I'm saying is, and nowadays, guys are doing, in my mind, they're doing too much. I mean, you play a game, you sit in a tub full of ice, and then you go into a hot room, and then some guy rubs your quadricep for 45 minutes, and then rubs your calf for an hour and 20.
Too much?
I almost think it's counterintuitive because they got to recover from the recovery, and then they got to go play a game.
It's a lot.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you don't think there's science.
Todd Frazier,
Right.
good friend of mine.
Shout out
The
Todd.
reason we're on this, the reason Coach Al is on this, shout out Todd Frazier. The only thing that guy would do after a game, before a game. Both.
The Russian twist.
Russian twists. That's all he would do before a game. And what, he played 11 years in the big leagues?
Something like that.
Something
double,
like that.
Double
Veteran,
digits. Yeah.
Tenured.
Yeah.
Got the golden card. I
Yeah.
got the golden card too. But listen, I think there's a lot of information out there, which is good.
Good.
But I also think that today's day and age, the kids, the players, I think they're doing a little too much, especially the pitches.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joy to go out and listen. Paul Skeens, that guy, I mean, he's
something else.
He's
though.
something else, and this guy's warming up 2 hours.
Right, but
My warm up for 2 hours was a burger and fries and doing some of this.
But how can you argue against his?
Yeah.
He's performing.
But that's okay.
He's
okay.
one. You're saying he's like one of the.
He might be.
Yeah.
But how many seasons he's played?
Right.
Is he still going to be doing that year 11, year 12? May I hope so.
Right. I get it.
I will say there's a very coveted athlete. His name rhymes with DeBron James.
Sure.
And I got lunch with his trainer.
You used to
one
hang.
time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember that.
I learned a couple
interview.
things from his trainer, and I said, DeBron is doing. I mean, the guy's almost 45 years old, and
Right.
he's in the league.
Yeah.
And he's still the greatest.
Dominating. Yeah.
And I said, what's the secret? You know what he says to me? Lucas? I'm sorry, Perry.
Yep. It's okay.
He says,
How old are you, Coach?
Me, I'm 62.
Okay.
He says, DeBron found the sweet spot. He works out. But when the workout's done, he rests. Takes naps. He eats. He stretches.
Yeah.
And he's not doing all the.
So a lot of these players today are not finding their sweet spot. They're kind of doing too much.
They might be doing
They got to
too
find
much.
the middle ground.
And the NBA seasons are 82 games. We're talking about 162 games plus
Yeah.
playoffs in the World Series.
Yeah. You're totally right. Coach. Okay, Coach. Before we go into the ad break,
Go ahead.
I want to the main premise of the show.
You getting paid from this show?
Am I getting paid? That's disclosed information.
Okay.
Are you getting paid?
That's disclosed information. All right, go ahead.
We're gonna get lunch after this. Too. You
Yeah.
hungry?
I could eat for sure, but I'm doing that the Wagovi, so I'm really not hungry.
Yeah. How long?
It's not
How
working.
long you been on it for?
I don't know what the guy they must have shot the medicine in me.
Yeah.
And the guys inside are trying to turn off all the hunger dials.
Yeah.
And there may be too many dials.
I hear
they're
ya.
probably they're probably working overtime.
You work out or
Holy smokes, look at all these dials. Nah, when I'm out on the field, I think that's a workout for me. You know what I mean?
up and down the lines and
Walking up and down the line, picking up the ball, sitting down.
you ever get thrown out in a game?
What was the next question that you had?
I
Go to an ad break.
Huh?
Yeah,
okay, cool. So before
We got to do the ad break.
yeah, we got to do an ad break.
Awesome.
But before we go into the ad break,
What's that, like a commercial?
like a commercial, yeah, commercial for Baseball Lifestyle, commercial.
Oh, you just work with Baseball Lifestyle.
That's why we're wearing it.
Oh,
Coach.
that's
how
awesome.
do you think you got that drip? Like a little care package.
This
when
was you?
yeah. You walked in here.
I thought it was Jeets. I get a box. I said, "Wow,
Coach,
Jeets is something else."
you're getting off topic.
Go
here.
ahead.
The main premise of the show
Yeah,
is to cultivate a community. You know what a community is?
yeah.
Of
Like,
of ball players.
okay,
Okay.
I love it.
You actually said this on a couple podcasts. Well,
Yeah.
your first podcast.
Yeah.
This is your second. There's a difference between a ball player and a baseball player.
Yeah.
Can you get into that a little bit? And
Yeah.
then what I want to do after you get into it is go rapid fire. I'm going to give you a list
Okay,
of things. Hey, ball player, not a ball player.
okay. I like
okay?
that.
So explain what a ball player is.
Yeah,
for
to me, the answer is very, very simple. Growing up and being around the game and being around the pros.
yeah,
There's a difference, even at the professional level, Lucas,
Berg for 3.
Perry. Even at the professional level, there's a lot of baseball players and there's not a lot of ball players. And to me, the difference between a baseball player and a ball player is a ball player shows up to the ballpark and shows out at the ballpark with energy. He don't have to talk. Everybody just knows.
You feel it too.
You could feel it.
Yeah,
You could smell it.
yeah,
You don't have to and the best part about ball players is it don't matter if they're on the field, off the field, cameras on, cameras not, nobody's around.
Yep.
They're doing
Yep.
the thing.
yep.
And
You get it. You get it.
And for me, it's being a pro in everything that you do.
Yeah.
The ball players, their wives are great, their family is great, their finances are in order,
Mm-hmm.
their work ethic is in order,
Yeah.
and they when it's time to work, they work, but when it's time to play, I don't curse, but they play.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna have to bleep that out, Lucas.
You mind if we do the list of things after the ad break?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Coach,
Go ahead, Lucas.
we're gonna do the list.
Do the ad break.
We're gonna do no. We're gonna do the ad break,
Okay.
or I'll do the ad break, or Nick will do the ad break. But
I got to use the bathroom. Can I go use
Yeah,
the bathroom in that time?
perfect. We're gonna cut to the ad break, and we'll be right back.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom.
Oh man, what it's been. Oh man, what a blast it's been to have Coach Al here. Coach is a legend. He's taking a little bathroom break here. I won't keep you guys long here. BL 101, a couple collections you guys should know about. The Donut collection is coming out June 6th, and then the July 4th collection is actually coming out June 13th. So if you want to rep the country and rep BL, shop BL101.com. Back to Coach Al. You like that ad break, Coach?
Yeah, sure. The bathrooms you guys got here, very nice, by the way.
Thank you.
I
We just
pee-pee-
fixed the toilet,
I pee-peed
too.
and poopied. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
John Cox, shout out John.
shout out John.
He did
Let me get
the.
some of that water, Lucas Berg for 3.
So we got the ball player.
Well, let me just tell you this.
Yeah.
This toilet seats, they come down nice and slow, and I like that about the toilet seats.
Do you like the what's it called when you do the when the water squirts? What's that? The bidet. You like the bidet in the bathroom, in the toilet?
You know, I went on a trip with my ex-wife.
You okay?
Yeah.
Cups of the rose.
And stop. And
Ex-wife in the old
they had
phone.
You want me to walk off this podcast? They had the bidet.
The bidet.
And
You don't like it, I feel like.
Yeah, you know what it is. Take this.
Coach, he's not your assistant. Just give me the thing. I'll put it down.
He's good. He's got to learn. How old are you? 14.
13. What was her name?
This kid's good.
Yeah, he's got some jokes, this kid. He
yeah,
just so for
this
guys
kid-
that didn't hear Lucas, he just asked Coach Al what his ex-wife's name is.
Yeah,
like,
but
kind of
and
a
so
bad
anyways,
question.
back to the point of the story. In Europe, in America, the hot is on the left
Yep.
and the cold is on the right. It's reversed in Europe.
Yeah.
So I go into the bidet, and not only the bidet, you know, it's just separate from the toilet. So I had just discovered this device. So I, do my business, and then I just crank up what I think is like the cold.
Mm.
And it was pissing hot. And I don't know if you've ever had.
You jumped up.
Boy, let me tell you, I jumped up right to the ceiling. My head almost went to the ceiling. If they tested the vertical, I would have got drafted to the NFL.
Yeah.
And so because of that, I'm not a fan of the bidet, because I don't know if you've ever had scorching hot water go down there, but it's not fun.
No, yeah.
It's not fun.
Nah, I actually have one experience, but not with water. It was like Tiger Bomb around down there. We could we don't gotta get into it. But
Tiger Bomb.
ball player.
I invested in Tiger Bomb
Did you?
a long time ago.
You made good. We don't
talk about that. Like Coach Al don't talk about money.
Well, you brought it up, not
Coach
me.
Al I just letting you know I'm part of it.
Ball player, not a ball player. Rapid fire.
Let's do it.
You could,
That's a ball player.
yeah.
Let's do it.
You could,
Yeah, we'll get into
get into it a little bit.
Yeah, if you want.
I'll start off slow.
Okay.
The kid hits a bomb, doesn't sprint out the box.
Does he
He's kind of jogging. Like he's making a loop as if he hit a
let
home
me
run.
ask you this. Is the home run a no doubter?
Yeah, but the wind's blowing in. Tough one.
Sheesh.
How do you manage that? What's your take on that?
It depends on the kid. Depends on the
You play
kid.
favorites?
No, because some kids they have to feel that to get their confidence up. I'd rather have a guy know that and think that he's the man
Sure.
than, yell at the kid for hitting a bomb and sprinting out of the box.
Ball player, or not a
So
ball
I
player.
think both of them are ball player, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right.
I think both of those are ball players.
This is good. This is a fun one.
Go ahead.
He brings his girlfriend to the cage. Ball player, not a ball player. You got to dive into this one a little bit.
I don't. I think that that's ball player.
Okay.
I think that's ball player. Let me just tell
Go ahead, because I got a contingency.
And I could I could already speculate, but you didn't know I had that word in there, Lucas. Berg for 3. I could speculate what your concern may be.
Okay.
But let me tell you this. If he's already got his work done for the day and he's not going there to get work done, he's going there to maybe give her a little bit of a taste of his world.
Quality time too.
Quality time.
Yeah.
I think that's a ball player. Now, if he didn't get his work done
And she's a distraction.
and she becomes a distraction,
Not a ball player.
not a ball player.
Okay.
But it's not the girl's fault that she's the distraction. It's the guy's fault. Because what he could say is, listen, sweetheart, and I didn't do a good job of this, with my situation.
Cups of the rose.
Stop. You gotta say, listen, sweetheart, you are everything to me. But I gotta go do some of this work.
I'm gonna start tearing up. You're gonna start talking
I
about
gotta
love.
I gotta go do some of this work.
Right.
If it was a perfect world, I'd be with you every second of the day. But it's not.
How you not married, Coach?
But it's not. Vince Lombardi, they named the Super Bowl trophy after him. He wasn't a great football player. But it's not a perfect world. I gotta go do this. But you bet your butt.
Yeah.
When I'm back, you're all mine. I'm all yours.
I wasn't expecting
That's what you got to do. And I think that's ball player.
Yeah.
I think because you got to make him, you got to let him know,
Yeah.
look, I'm not choosing ball over you. I'm trying to make them both work.
Right.
And if I don't do this, I can't give you all of me. So I'm
Coach.
doing this for you and me.
Are you tearing up behind those glasses, Coach?
I might be. But what I got to tell you is I think a ball player
Yeah.
is somebody that recognizes what the most important things in life are. And the game is very important. Your passions are very important.
Passion, the sport, family.
But the most important thing is who you build your life with. And you got to make sure that they understand.
You got some deep cuts.
That they understand that it's about them. But as much as it's about them,
Yeah.
you got to go do what you got to do.
This is actually, Coach, I got to cut you off. I got to cut you. I got to cut you off here because this is a phenomenal take that you're saying right now. Again, not expected. Not expected. And I appreciate it.
Cheech didn't expect the jump throw either.
Yeah. Well, shout out the jump throw.
Cheech.
Shout out Coach Al's jump throw.
And the jump throw.
But I have to say this. It's actually funny, and he's here right now. Lucas Berg for 3.
Lucas.
And listen, this is amazing that you're saying this conversation. I think it's something that I need.
Matt, you got a girlfriend?
He just got a girlfriend.
Unbelievable. This kid.
Best-
Unbelievable, this kid.
Now you like him.
Congratulations,
Yep.
pal. I like this kid.
Yeah.
Congratulations,
Yeah.
pal.
So best of luck to Lucas.
Best of luck to Lucas.
His relationship.
Remember this. Remember this always. There's nothing more important. There's one of the world's greatest gifts that it could give a man is a good woman.
Preach.
Remember that.
Amen.
Remember that, Lucas.
Amen.
No problem.
Okay.
Lucas Berg for 3. Attaboy. Go ahead.
This is a tough one.
Okay.
Me and Lucas actually had an argument about it yesterday, or a conversation, not really an argument.
Go ahead.
A kid wears eye black for a 7:30 p.m. game under the lights.
That's a ball player. That's a ball player.
What did you say? You said ball player too?
Yeah.
That's a ball player. Why is that a ball player? Because
I'm
that's
curious.
a warrior. That kid's not putting on eye black. That kid's putting on war paint. That kid wants everybody that's there to know that we're not just playing ball tonight.
Yeah.
No, we're going to war. And that's what the eye black is. It's the war paint. I think that's a ball player all day long.
That's amazing. Yeah.
I think that's a ball player all day long.
Okay, another one.
Okay.
Celebrates a walk like they just hit a bomb, like they just won the World Series. Again, it depends on the situation.
Oh boy.
But let's just say let's have the assumption that it's just a normal walk with no quote unquote real impact in the
That's
game.
not a ball player to me. And I'll tell you why, Perry. It's Perry.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a ball player wants action.
They want to hit.
They want to hit.
Yep, that's what I was
They
thinking.
want to be. They want to be in the spot. Now, ball players also control their emotions. For me, the best way to take a walk as a ball player is you take the walk, you take your things off, and you slow jog it out to first base.
Okay, what about a walk-off walk in a big game?
A walk-off walk in a big game.
Maybe
I think excitement takes over.
Sure,
You know what I mean?
Fouling a lot of pitches off. Like that's
work
a
it good
different
at
ball
bat.
player.
Because at the end of the day, the ball player wants to win. It's not about him.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's how the game's going to end, that's how the cookie's going to crumble, let it crumble.
Yeah,
You
love
know?
that. Yeah, that's a good one. This is a teammate one.
Okay.
Your kid's in the dugout, sees his teammate getting chewed out by a coach,
Good.
and
Good.
the kid, the teammate watching the teammate getting chewed out, looks the other way after coaches chewing him out. What's your take on that? What do you do as a teammate? You just saw your one of your best friends that get chewed out by a coach. Obviously, clearly, he's visibly upset. What are you doing?
I think a ball player will go over to that kid
Mm-hmm.
and console him. Hey, what do you think? Life's over now? Listen, happens.
Yeah.
I used to get chewed out all the time.
Yeah. Now look where you're at.
And you know why coach is chewing you out?
Because he loves you.
Because he cares about it. Because he knows you're talented.
You got
It
potential.
doesn't change who you are.
And you got potential.
And you got potential. And guess what?
Yeah.
I'm your brother.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to be there the whole way. You're not in this alone. We're in this together. Put
Yeah.
your helmet back on and get back out there because
Yeah.
you get another at bat.
Right.
That's a ball player.
That's a ball player.
That's a
yeah.
ball player. Turning the other way is not a ball player.
Uh-huh. Letting your teammate suffer and
yeah,
feel those emotions
never.
by himself.
One suffers, we all suffer.
Uh-huh. That goes back to the
One
whole
triumphs, we all triumph.
Yeah. Yeah. Preach,
know?
coach. This is why you're such a great coach.
Thanks, man.
Um,
I know.
we'll go a couple more.
Go ahead.
These might be easier. Says my bad after every error. My bad, my bad. Ball player or not a ball player? I have a take, but I want to hear yours.
I was never, Jeets never said my bad. Jeets made an error. He knew it. Whether he made the play or made an error, his face was the same. And I think that's a ball player. I don't think you got to say my bad.
Yeah, I think it's who's
Don't
bad?
say
Who else
my
is bad? Is it?
Who else's
right?
bad is it? We all know is your bad.
I-
You know what else that's like?
Hmm.
And you probably know what I'm gonna say. It's like nodding after you take a strike down the middle.
Oh wow! I didn't think you were gonna. Yeah. Yep. Strike one.
Yep, strike one.
Don't do that.
Everybody knows
shake,
it.
The nod
You-
shake.
If I'm a pitcher, and I see the guy I'm facing
Yeah.
nod his head after I just put one right down the middle and he didn't swing, I'm saying you're cake, bro.
Yeah.
You're cake,
You're done.
bro.
Toast.
You're
Toast.
done.
I do think.
You know what I mean?
I do think there's some power in if someone makes an error, and like let's say I just made an error short, and I go a little. I don't have to say a word. I look at the pitcher, and I go like I touch my chest, and I'm like,
Yeah.
that's yeah. Like I got you. I got you next time.
Or just say we'll pick you up.
Yeah.
I'll get you back. Or you don't say nothing, and then when you get in the dugout, you say, "Look,
that's
I'm gonna
one's
pick
on
you
me.
up."
Yeah. Yeah.
No, don't even say that. Don't say that's on me. Of course it's on you. You
Right.
go in, you make it right.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, that won't. Hey, listen, can't say that won't happen again, but I'm gonna make it up.
I'm sure this one is a little personal to you.
Go ahead.
Well, maybe it just happened to you, experience maybe. You blame your coach for not getting enough playing time.
I mean, that's the most not ball player thing I've ever heard.
How do you deal with that as a coach? So someone's chewing you out, or not really chewing you out, but a kid's like, Coach, like, why am I not getting playing time? Asking you all these questions. And then also,
Spadini used to do that.
yeah,
Spadini used to do that. I say, look, Spadini, I'm playing the best 9 out there.
Yeah.
Because you know what it is I'm not preparing them.
You want to sip, Coach?
I'm all right,
All right,
thanks.
yeah.
You know what it is? It's I'm not preparing them for life if I just, oh yeah, you'll play because you asked.
Yeah.
Because life ain't like that.
Yeah.
Life ain't like that at all. You gotta earn it, and you gotta work for it. So I'm gonna tell Spadini, look, kid, Gagliano, Liuzzi, these guys are working.
Yeah.
Gagliano's the last one to leave, first one to get there. Of course he's gonna play.
Yeah.
Spadini, I don't care.
Gagliano, ball player. Spadini, not
Gagliano,
ball player.
ball player. Spadini, he's getting there. But if I'm playing the best 9, and if you're not part of that best 9, don't mean you can't get there. But you got to be honest with yourself. Look in the mirror and say, what do I got to improve on? And if you come to me, I'll tell you. But even if I tell them, it's up to them.
Right. Yeah, Coach, I mean.
Everything that happens to you in life, you deserve. That's not true. Because, I didn't think I deserved to have that divorce. But the
Cups of rosé.
How about we take a little, what is it called?
Ad break.
Let's take an ad break.
Yeah.
I got to go to the bathroom again, I think. You got tissues in the bathroom?
We should have
Not
tissues.
toilet paper.
We should have tissues.
All right.
Don't put the bidet on hot, though.
All right.
Guys, if you're done wasting money on gear that looks good online but doesn't fall apart, listen up. Huckberry is the one-stop men's shop. Built for guys who care about quality, a little bit of adventure, and fashion. Whether you're heading into the office or you're off-grid for the weekend, Huckberry's got you covered. We're talking highly curated gear from the world's coolest brands. Apparel, footwear, outdoor essentials. It's not fast fashion. It's the highest quality stuff you'll actually want to wear and keep wearing. The bottom line is this: Huckberry is the only fashion and outdoor retailer you need. Head to huckberry.com today and upgrade your closet, your gear, your lifestyle, all today in one place.
Wasn't Coach Al supposed to be here today?
He was on here for the first 2 segments.
He was here?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Did you see him?
I saw a guy look like him. Looked like he was crying walking down the street.
You know what it was? He kept bringing up his ex-wife.
Oh, yeah. He always, I've asked him about that a few times.
And he says, like,
he doesn't open up.
Marvin Room's his song.
Yeah,
and I kept tagging along and singing it a little bit.
Bad. Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened.
He just went to the
I don't
bathroom.
even know the wife's name.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't even know if he's done anything legit.
He said he didn't know who you were. I said 2+ million followers on TikTok, Instagram. He's like, I don't do social media. Okay.
Huh.
So, but you talked to him. We met him last year in the All-Star game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why. All right, good to know.
But yeah, he
came from Toddy, right?
Yeah. Todd got us hooked up with him. He was dropping bars, and then he just said, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. We went into our second ad break.
So weird.
And now he's gone. But
it's so weird. Well, fun to be back.
Yeah.
We have a new segment on the show that I'm excited to unveil right now.
Yeah.
Ripping Packs.
presented by Tops.
Presented by Tops. That sounds good.
Yeah.
So we're going to open up a box of cards every show.
Box cutters right there.
The box cutters right here. We're going to open up a box of cards every show, and we're just going to rip through these packs, and hopefully we find
So what
someone
do we
cool.
have? Like what's
So
it,
this
what
is Topps Chrome Black 2023. So
okay.
I think this is I think it's just all players. I think there's
Well,
just
Coach Al's definitely not in this one because
no.
he was 20.
And after what you just told me, I don't really care.
Right.
Didn't cut it in.
That didn't.
But
do anything.
0 for 2. Okay. There's 4 cards in here.
Okay.
There's 4 cards in here.
I've never
there's
done this before.
There's one, dude. It's awesome. There's one autograph and there's one refractor parallel card.
Okay.
So, oh my gosh.
Are we like
fresh box? Let me take
eyes closed? Like how does it work?
Oh yeah, maybe we should do eyes closed.
Ripping packs.
Actually, no. I'm gonna put these back on.
Okay.
Ripping packs presented by
I feel like
Topps.
Coach Al was wearing
Topps
those
Chrome.
sunglasses.
Maybe we have the same ones. I'm not sure. Okay. I'm gonna open this up, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Is there a signed?
Oh my gosh.
All right. How
so
do you?
it's covered. All right. So I have the first card. Don't look.
Okay.
I know the camera can't see.
Okay.
I can't see.
Okay.
Okay. Here's the first card.
Am I looking?
Lucas, no, not yet. Not
Oh,
yet.
okay.
Lucas, can you see?
No,
Is it?
it's not. It's a piece of cardboard.
No, I know. But is it in the shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, let's Can you? Oh wait, it's a pack.
Oh, okay.
It's a pack.
That was so anticlimactic.
All right, hold on. All right, we're gonna open it up. I'm gonna close my eyes. We're gonna open this up.
All right. Show it to. Oh, the cards are in there.
There's one card in here. Right
One.
now.
Okay.
Okay.
My eyes are closed. Let
Ready?
me know when I should open them.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Let's unveil the card.
Okay.
Oh wait. No, it's a pack of cards.
Are there cards underneath there?
Yeah, there was, but I couldn't see who it was. Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we got Ronald Acuna Jr.
Dude,
Nice.
bro.
ball player.
Bro, ball player. He's going off.
Michael Harris.
I have his jersey.
rookie card.
That's sick.
Oh, that's big.
Yeah, that's huge.
Oh, another Dominic
Dom
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Okay,
Legend.
This one's numbered to 199. That's sick, and we had to put him down.
Can I touch it? Can I?
Yeah, no, but we had to. No, not yet. Not yet.
Okay.
We got to put him in.
Sure.
In
I'm gonna move this box
packs.
cutter.
All right.
Acuna's back. I
Okay,
love
so that was our parallel. Okay, so the autograph is under here.
Okay, so
Okay.
this is like the card.
This is the card.
Okay.
Okay, here it is.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Get close to the camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. It looks like it's upside down.
I don't know.
Okay, here we go. Can you see it, Lucas?
Unveil.
Camera?
Get closer. Get way closer.
Okay. All right.
Wow, it's pretty in the glass.
Rippin' Packs presented by Topps. First autograph card is
I can't.
Byron Buxton.
Wow.
Byron Buxton.
I gotta touch that.
Shout out Byron Buxton. Here, wait, hold on. Good?
No, I won't go even closer.
All right, go ahead. Byron Buxton. Is it numbered? It might be numbered.
Let me see. I gotta
Wait,
touch.
hold on.
I gotta touch the thing. Wow. Wow.
Look at that. Let me see.
This is sick.
Does it say a number on it?
No.
Let me see. No, I think it might. Let me see.
CBABB.
No, but it'll be on the front. Okay, not numbered. Byron Buxton.
Signed.
Signed by Byron. Okay, so that's awesome. We're going to put this on the shelf.
Yep.
And we got to notify Byron Buxton that we pulled this card.
Yes.
Shout out Big Byron Buxton.
Wow.
Savage. All right, that's it.
That is sick. Let me
Rippin'
see.
Packs, presented by Topps. That's our first one.
Shout out Byron.
Ronald Acuna, couple rookie cards. That's awesome.
Acuna's going off right now.
Yeah, he is.
I
No,
love
yeah.
that he's.
We don't
yeah,
talk
show-
about stats on the show. Michael Harris. We got all Braves. Michael Harris. Oh, Byron Buxton.
Byron Buxton's a twin. I was in Atlanta a couple years ago for a tournament, and I was out at this restaurant, and someone said he was Michael Harris's cousin. I said, "Dude, no way!" And then he showed like a couple texts with Michael Harris, and then we saw him play. So I got his jersey when I went there. It's a little story.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
That's great.
this is fantastic.
Yeah, show the camera again.
Well, can I show them this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Just be careful with the
Topps Chrome
what that
Black.
is. Topps Chrome Black. Hey, there's nothing better than getting a pack of cards, ripping them up, hoping to get a Byron Buxton or some other autograph.
We're gonna have to hit Byron up.
Yeah, we gotta hit Byron up and let him know we got his card. That's awesome. Ripping packs. All right, you don't gotta go one by one.
No, I am.
No, I'll do it. Dope.
I love Michael Harris.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
You met him?
I think so.
You didn't.
I also just farted. Thanks for joining us on another wonderful episode of Ball 5. Not a baseball podcast, but like low-key it is. Shout out Coach Al.
Yeah.
Shout out Byron Buxton. Shout out Topps. Shout out BL101.com. What are you doing still here? Go to the website and shop their new collection.
Shout out Lucas Berg
And shout out Lucas Berg for
For
three.
three.
For getting a girlfriend.
and shout out Drake. Marvin's
Shout out
room.
Drake. Cups of the rose.